Hello and welcome to the PvE-Gamer. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite cards in Kurumo. This is the Shadowling. It's an ally with the attribute Shadows, costs 1 mana, and on play it searches your discard pile or your deck for an attachment weapon card with mana cost 1 or less and puts that card into your hand. Afterwards, we shuffle the deck. This card is awesome on so many levels. First of all, the basic stats: you get a 1 attack and 1 defense for 1 mana. That's okay, nothing to write home about, rather average. But on play, you either search your discard pile or your deck for an attachment weapon card. That means if you are searching for a lightning Naginata, an attachment weapon, the attached ally gains +2 attack, and this costs 1 mana. So effectively for 2 mana, you get a 3/1 creature which can basically trade easily with a 3 toughness creature. Even if treachery boosts the attack of that creature, if it has trample, okay, you're going to take some damage on the castle, but effectively you can trade and you only did invest 1 card and you did pillage 1 card from your deck if you had to search for it specifically, but that's a very low cost for a big trade. Even better, if you manage to have this in the discard pile already, you are going to reuse resources which would have been in your pillage pile already in your discard pile and regain this card advantage to boost the ally that is here. And you don't even have to play it on the Shadowling, you can use it for another creature. So this could trade 1/1 for a minion, for a 1 strength minion. Both go down to the graveyard, but you net 1 card advantage by searching for the equipment and another one by trading with the minion. So you get 2 cards for the investment of 1 card. This is awesome. The only 2 things you can currently search for are the Lightning Naginata and the Scepter of Kamnu. And when would you search for the Scepter? Because you already have 1 strength, so you would have 3 strength. This would deal 3 damage to the portal, but in a rush scenario where you try to rush down the portal as fast as possible, this would allow you to do damage to the portal indirectly via assault. So you have 1 damage by damaging the portal, 1 damage by playing the assault card, and also when fighting having assault 1. So in an endgame scenario where you're not trying to damage the portal, but you're trying to damage the outsider, this would be very beneficial to play the Scepter of Kamnu on the Shadowling or on another creature you have out. It assaults for 1, on fight it assaults again, and you can play the same attachment multiple times on a single creature, so you can build a small assault ally that will do heavy damage to the outsider. Even best of all, this card is a base card. So what does base card mean? When you go to deck building and you check out the Sky Sanctuary, we will get this a bit closer to the camera, you can see it better. There are deck building rules, so what you are allowed to include in your deck. And you can see from the little symbol at the bottom on the Shadowling, this is a base card. You can see this on the swirl, and other games would say it's common, it's a base card, and we are allowed to put in any number or to the maximum available of cards that we have with the base swirl. Well, we have some problems with the focus there. Yes, now we see it. So you can include base cards of Kurumo, Nupton, or also Taulot, and the other ones, legendary or mythic, are limited to 2 or 6, but you can include the full number of Shadowlings. So all in all, this is a very great card, very accessible, very great effect, and this is even before we have expansions. We know there will be expansions for the game. The developers already said so. So if we see new attachment weapons with 1 or less, this card even gets better. One of the very hot picks for Kurumo, in my opinion.